From Studio B, this is WGALA Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Greetings to all you knowledge seekers who are tuning us in today. Your enthusiasm and support has fueled our excitement as we gear up for another episode of challenging questions and answers here on WGALA Brainbusters. Today, we're shining the spotlight brightly on Chambersburg and Warwick, and both of these teams are poised and ready to demonstrate their impressive intellect and knowledge. So let this face-off begin, because here comes today's opening round. We have 10-point questions, a little bit easier, hopefully, to start out and get you used to our show. Good luck to both teams, and here we go with our first 10-point question. On a foggy day in July 1945, a B-52 crashed into the 79th floor on the north side, just 23 stories from the top. What is this New York skyscraper on West 34th Street, Stephen?
Empire State Building.
Empire State Building. You are correct for 10 points. In 1923, he was arrested, convicted of high treason, fined 200 gold marks, and sentenced to 5 years in prison. And in 1924, he was released. In 1933, he became Chancellor of Germany. Raya.
Hitler?
Adolf Hitler is the political leader, and that gets Warwick on the board. Although Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, many countries have their embassies in another city. What city is the home to most of Israel's foreign embassies?
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv is correct. Good for you. Each spring, the first chair musicians in the Boston Symphony tour as the chamber players. The rest of the orchestra performs under another name. What is it, Raya?
The Boston Pops.
The Boston Pops is correct. Writers seem to be uncommonly fond of death, especially in their titles. So, for example, Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Mask of the Red Death. What, Liz?
No answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, I'm going to complete the question for Chambersburg. What American novelist wrote about bullfighting in Death in the Afternoon? Oh, I know English readers out there will remember Ernest Hemingway. The tibia and the fibula are the two bones of the lower leg. What are the two bones of the lower arm called?
The radius and the ulna?
No, that was Stephen.
The radius and the ulna.
I'm going to have to put that question away. You were right, but it was Stephen who responded, so you gave me. We can't guarantee that you didn't know that answer. I'm so sorry. The word comes from the Greek for writing on a tomb, because that's exactly what it is. What is this inscription, Harry?
Hieroglyphs?
No, sorry. What is this inscription on a tombstone called? We stumped Chambersburg on an epitaph. It lasts 3 weeks and covers more than 2,400 miles. What is this exhausting sports event held in 21 stages? Stephen?
Tour de France.
The Tour de France is correct. Although he never won an Academy Award, he is considered one of the greatest directors of all time. His films include Frenzy, Suspicion, The Birds, Vertigo, Notorious. Stephen again.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock is this noted filmmaker. On May 18th, 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte was crowned Emperor of France. Who crowned him? Harry. Himself. Napoleon took the crown from the Pope and crowned himself. You are correct. The stars Regula and Denebola are in the constellation that represents the Nemean lion. It was killed by Hercules. What is the fifth sign? Harry again.
Leo.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, yes, that's correct. What is the fifth sign of the zodiac? Leo. I'm sorry, you are correct. It was first opened to the public as a tourist attraction in 1982, 5 years after Elvis Presley died. What is this home and pilgrimage site in Memphis? Stephen?
Graceland.
Graceland is correct. It's the unique quality that makes you the person you are. On a computer, it's a unique letter, number, or symbol. What word has both these meanings? Raya.
Spirit?
That's spirit? No, but it's a good answer. But no, right, Stephen?
Code.
No, it's both incorrect. It's character is the correct answer. According to tradition, it was founded in 753 BC. What is this ancient city on the Tiber River? Harry. Rome, yes. It's the world's first multi-purpose domed sports stadium. What served as a shelter for Hurricane Katrina evacuees in 2005 and still remains closed? Stephen.
Superdome.
Not the Superdome, no, it's the Astrodome. Sorry, that answer takes us to the end of the round. It gives us all a chance to take a quick breath, and that's a good thing, because we're going to get ready for the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds while you watch these very important messages.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. The final 4 teams in the WGAL8 Brainbusters tournament will win cash grants. The 3rd and 4th place teams will receive $1,000 each. The 2nd place team will receive $3,000. And the WGAL8 Brainbusters champions will receive $5,000 in grant money. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back. You are here just in time to meet somebody very important, and this is Mr. Andy Barrier. He is the English teacher over at Chambersburg and the coach of the Quiz Bowl team. Now, we have been in contact for years, and he is making his debut here, and this is your first time here, the first time, and so far they're doing really well.
It's wonderful, yes. It's great to see. Great experience.
It is, and I really appreciate you saying that. And it's a great experience to welcome a new team, and we thank you so much for participating. So we were going to talk about technology being very important in school, but it's pluses and minuses.
Right. Technology really is, it's a double-edged sword. It's a discussion and debate in itself, but it's just interesting what I've seen over the course of my career. Before we had an academic competition team, we had what we called a forensics team. It was a public debate, and they had to do extemporaneous speaking, and I remember meeting with them every week after school to cut apart Time magazine and Newsweek magazine to get articles about current events. And that's how we gathered the information they used. And today, being able to use technology to find information, particularly knowledgeable trivia, is such a blessing.
It is. I remember even the microfiche going in the libraries and trying to find the space. But before I walk over to Warwick, there is somebody, an alternate, one of your alternates, who was unable to be with us today due to illness, and I'd love to give her a shout out.
Yeah, we would like to recognize Emma Champion was going to join us today, and she was going to be one of our teammates, and unfortunately she became ill, so she wasn't able to attend. So
well, thank you
wishing
so
the
much.
best for her.
Well, thanks for bringing such a strong team. We have
Thank
a great
you.
game going, and now let's head out to Warwick, and we're going to meet a veteran. This is a veteran, Mr. Ray Mount. He's been here many seasons. He teaches science, specifically this year biology, and he's proud to having his debut performance of advanced placement biology.
Yes, it keeps me busy.
It does.
Keeps me
And
on
you're
my
working with
toes.
some brilliant minds, no doubt. So it's always fun to find out and discover new things about our teachers, you know, and you have some hidden talents that your students might not be aware of.
So I do a lot of cooking. I mention that sometimes in class, not always, but quite a bit of cooking.
Is there anything in particular you prefer to make, like any specialties?
Well, there's a lot of things. I have some mushroom tacos I like. I made a lot of chocolate mousse during COVID, a lot of chocolate mousse. My current favorite, it's shallots with butter and miso, baked for about an hour. It's really good.
Do you
It's
entertain at your house as well? And
just close friends or, like my sister-in-law and some other people like that. So,
cook for people you love. That's what I've always
Exactly.
been told.
That's
Well,
right.
thanks
That's
for
right.
being here. And now let's meet the young man next to Mr. Mountain. This is Jack White. You're a sophomore. You're the team's alternate. Welcome to Brainbusters. It's nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
So, thanks. But besides studying, which you're obviously a great student, what do you do for fun outside of school?
I play a lot of video games. I'm on this school's esports team. One of my favorites is a game called Splatoon 3. And I also bowl. I'm also on the bowling team. I'm JV for that. And we've had a good year this
So
year.
I want to go back to this esports. So you
Yeah.
actually have a competitive team at high
Yes, we
school?
do. Yeah.
And you play, and is it competitive with other schools?
Yes, there are other schools that we
I
play
have
in.
so much to learn. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, it's now time to go head to head with our students one-on-one as we head into the one-on-one rapid fire round. This is really fun because we get a chance to chat with our players, especially all 6 of these players because they're all new. And first we're going to say hello to Amr Hassan. Amr, nice to have you here. You are a sophomore. And as a young man, I always joke around and say I'm still growing up and still deciding what I want to do when I grow up, but you know your career choice, or maybe a couple, but what you want to focus on.
Yep. I actually want to be a JD MD, which is a combination of a doctor and a lawyer.
And are you prepared for the schooling that's involved to ready to undertake it?
Yep.
I have a feeling you're a good student. Liz McKenna, you're a sophomore. Welcome to Brainbusters for the first time. It's nice to have you here. You know, I never know, is my phone the most important thing I value? My car, my dog, my spouse? But you have something very particular right now that you value most. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, I guess my most important possession right now is my clarinet. This year is very special for me because I made district band, and I'm very proud of that.
As a sophomore, that would be something very proud to be proud of. When did you start playing the clarinet?
I started playing when I was about 9 or 10 in 4th grade.
And did your parents have to tell you to practice?
Yes, still do.
But it's paying off because you're
Yes.
enjoying it and it means
Yes,
a lot to you. Well, Liz and Amr, I hope these 3 questions will mean a lot to you as we put you two one-on-one. Some of you may suffer from triskaidekaphobia. What number are you afraid of if you have triskaidekaphobia?
30?
Don't give me, Amr.
10.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Liz, do you know?
30?
Can you buzz in?
Ow.
Oh, thanks.
30.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Triskaidekaphobia is afraid of the number 13. Victoria is its capital. Vancouver is its largest city. What is this Canadian province? Amr,
British Columbia.
you are correct for 10 points. There are 3 prime numbers between 6 and 16. What are they? Liz?
7, 11, and 13.
Good for you. You are correct. That's another 10 points for you. Look at those scores, 60-60, a tie score, as we meet our 2 captains. First, a pleasure to welcome for the first time here at Studio B in the Brainbuster set, Stephen Jacobs. You did really well in that first round of play, and we're really happy to have you here. And you have a very important role at your school.
Yeah, actually, I'm senior class vice president.
That's a big responsibility, so that means you have to go to a lot of the events?
Well, we haven't really done that yet because our homecoming was kind of pushed. Well, our homecoming was a little earlier, and we were kind of had an issue because our school was hacked. So we couldn't really like.
Oh, that's when Chambersburg had to close
Yeah.
for a few days.
Yeah, we.
So it impacted your ability. Well, it's a very important role, and you know that role is you're going to be very much a part of your class for the rest of your life, basically, for all the reunions and stuff. And it's really wonderful that you took that responsibility on. Now let's say hello to Raya McCain, sophomore and the captain of the team from Warwick. First time here, and you also did very well in that first round of play, and it's great to welcome you here. And music is very important to you. Tell us what kind of music you play. Or
I mainly play classical music and orchestra music because I'm in the orchestra and I play piano.
Oh, excellent. How long have you been playing piano?
I've been playing piano for 12 years.
Well, is this something you want to continue on? And
Yeah, definitely.
do you think you'll be playing in the orchestra in a college or university? Or
Yeah, I would like that. That would be really nice.
excellent. Well, good for you. Raya and Stephen, wonderful to have you here. Let's put you two one-on-one. He is considered to be one of the 20th century's greatest poets. What British poet wrote The Wasteland in 1922 and The Hollow Men in 1925? Oh, we stumped you on T.S. Eliot. Your brain is full of nerve tissue, which can be used to identify other types of tissue in your body. Cartilage and bone are both made from what kind of tissue? Raya? Ooh, sorry, I have to take that as incorrect. Stephen? No. Also, no, it's connective tissue is the correct answer. And finally, it's a traditional Chinese cuisine in which small portions of many foods, including steamed or fried dumplings, Raya.
Hibachi.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. They're served in succession. What is this Chinese smorgasbord, Stephen?
Buffet.
No, good guess though. No, it's called dim sum is the correct response. And now let's meet our final players in today's match. First, we're going to say hello to Lilibeth Alcantaras, and you are a freshman, your first time here, and it's great to welcome you here. And like Amr, you have your goals set out for you, but you know what college you want to go to and where you'd like to study, and I'd love for you to share with us.
Well, I'd like to study in prestigious HBCU.
Could you tell us what an HBCU is?
An HBCU is a historically black college or university.
Do you have any preference, any particular ones that you see?
I have my eye on Spelman College or Howard, honestly.
Oh, excellent. Well, both great places. Good for you. And I love the fact that you know what you want to do now. Harry Schweiger, and we saw it in the first round of play, you know, your favorite subject came in handy. So tell everybody, what is your favorite subject?
Yeah, my favorite subject has to be world history, especially like ancient history. That's one of my favorites. But I also like U.S. history a tad, thanks to my grandfather. He taught me a lot. And art, because of my father.
Oh, nice. But you did very well on those history questions. It was quite evident, and I knew what I was going to ask you about. Harry and Lilybeth, let's put you two one-on-one. Sucrose is ordinary table sugar. What kind of sugar is found in fruit? Lilybeth?
Fructose?
Fructose is correct. Good for you. John Fetterman is Pennsylvania's newest senator. Who else represents Pennsylvania in the U.S. Senate since 2007? We stumped you on Robert Casey, or Bob Casey, as he's known. It forms the U.S.-Mexican border. It empties into the Gulf of Mexico. What river is it, Harry?
The Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande is correct. Look at those scores. Still tied score as we head into our next round of play, the one-on-one rapid fire round. So with the tie score, Raya, your team will select first because Harry answered the last question correctly. So we have 3 quizzes from which to select. Places for everything, 1/3 off, and ease into it.
Ease into it. Could we do ease into it, please?
Certainly, for 10 excellent points each. Let's ease into some questions about people, places, and things whose names all begin with the letter E. Raya, I take your answers, the team's answer, and Liz and Harry are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock and begin now. Einstein's famous equation for
E
the
equals
relationship...
MC squared?
You are correct. The motto of the United States, Latin for one out of many. E pluribus unum. It's the electronic alternative to the U.S. Postal Service.
Email.
Email is correct. According to the book of Genesis, she's the mother of us all.
Eve.
Yes, it's correct. It was built from 1817 to 1825 to connect the Hudson River and Lake Erie.
Erie Canal.
Yeah, it's correct. It's what EPA stands for.
Environmental Protection Agency.
Environmental Protection Agency.
Correct. His real name is Marshall Mather. He's also called Slim Shady.
Eminem.
Eminem, yes. This country borders Colombia and Peru.
Ecuador.
Ecuador, yes. George wrote novels like Silas Marner. T.S. wrote poems like The Wasteland.
Elliot.
Elliot, yes. Since 2002, this has been the common currency for most of Europe.
Euro.
The euro, the part of your body where you'll find the hammer, an anvil, and a stirrup. In the year, he was the last general to be president of the United States.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, yes. A casino in Las Vegas or a King Arthur sword?
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Excalibur, yes. Called the Gateway to the North. It's the capital of Alberta, Canada. Edmonton. Excellent teamwork. Well done. We had 11 correct, so 110 points came your way. All right, Stephen, you have your work cut out for you with these 2 quizzes, places for everything, and 1/3 off.
Places for everything, please.
In this quiz, there's a place for everything, and everything is in its place. So for 10 points each, we'd like you to identify these places around the world. Stephen, I take your answers, the team's answer. Amr and Lilybeth are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck, and here we go. The Ross Ice Shelf is on this continent.
Antarctica.
Correct. This is the largest of the Great Lakes.
Lake Ontario.
Superior.
Superior, yes. Quito is the capital of the South American country.
Ecuador.
Ecuador, yes. To get from France to Spain, you have to cross these mountains. The Pyrenees. It's the bay between Virginia and Maryland.
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake, yes. This cape is at the tip of South America. Cape Horn, the broad, grassy, treeless plains of Argentina where the gauchos ride. That's the Pampas, the state due south of Indiana.
Missouri.
Kentucky, the body of water lies between Iran and Saudi Arabia.
Caspian Sea.
The Persian Gulf, you'll find this island republic at the tip of the Malay Peninsula.
Singapore.
Singapore is correct. This U.S. Commonwealth lies 80 miles east of Hispaniola. Puerto Rico, this trench in the South Pacific includes the lowest point on Earth.
Mariana Trench.
That's correct. This historic pass that connects Pakistan and Afghanistan, the Khyber Pass. A little stumbling, but we had 6 correct. So we had 60 points come your way, so 130 to 180. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of the body. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues in just a few short moments.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome back to our exciting match between Chambersburg and Warwick. Okay, so Chambersburg had a little faltering on that rapid fire round, but everything can change right now because it's time for today's bonus Brainbuster. Now, during our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of the body. So we're going to head into the News 8 newsroom with Susan Shapiro. She has today's question. Susan.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster. Many organisms exhibit a rhythmic cycle of activity over a 24-hour period. What word from the Latin for about a day describes such a rhythm? Again, many organisms exhibit a rhythmic cycle of activity over a 24-hour period. What word from the Latin for about a day describes such a rhythm? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich?
Thanks, Susan. All right, wait till everybody finishes. Stephen, you were eager to write your answer down. This is encouraging. All right, pens are closed. Stephen, if you could finally first show your card, circadian. You are absolutely correct. 15-point wager, a little conservative. We're adding 15 points to your score. Raya, did you come up with the circadian? No routine, but only 10 points, so we're going to deduct 10 points from your score. Scores are 145 to 170. It's certainly anybody's game as we head into our final round, the Final Frenzy. This time they're 20-point questions. So players, pick up your signaling buttons. Let's use them frequently, beginning now with this 20-point question. The motto of Harvard University is the single Latin word veritas. What does it mean? Oh, we stumped you on truth, veritas. The three musketeers are Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. Who is the fourth musketeer, a young recruit who joins them in their adventures? His name is D'Artagnan. An isthmus is a narrow strip of land that connects two larger land masses. For example, what isthmus connects Central and South America?
Panama.
Steven. Panama, the Isthmus of Panama, good for you. Ernest Hemingway took the title, The Sun Also Rises, from this book of the Old Testament in which generations come, generations go, the earth endures forever, and the sun also rises. What is, Lilybeth?
Genesis?
Not Genesis, no, sorry. What is this study in futility? It's the Ecclesiastes. The revised version of The Stand has more than 1,300 pages, 500 pages more than the 1978 bestseller. Who wrote this thriller about the Harry?
Stephen King.
Stephen King did, yes. In August 1942, in the first U.S. offensive of World War II, the Marines landed on this Pacific island and seized Japanese airfield. The bitter battle, Harry again.
Midway.
Not Midway, no. The bitter battle, Stephen.
Guadalcanal.
You are correct, sir, for 20 points. Under the Great Dome of the Capitol in Washington, D.C. is an elaborately decorated, smaller and shallower dome that covers the central circular hall. What is that called? Harry.
The Rotunda.
You are correct, sir. Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote this poem under the influence of opium and never finished it. What short poem is named for a 13th century Mongol ruler? Stephen.
Genghis Khan?
Nope, not he, sorry. Any idea? Harry?
Kublai Khan.
He's the one. Good for you. In the 17th century, Descartes devised a way of associating points on a plane with pairs of real numbers. Raya?
Topography?
No, not topography. I'm going to complete the question for Chambersburg. And therefore of associating algebraic equations with geometric curves. What field of mathematics did he thus create? Amr.
Trigonometry?
Not trigonometry, no. Analytic geometry. His followers called him Abdul Ammar, the father of the struggle. Who was this leader of the Palestinian Liberation Organization? Oh, and that sound took us to the end of the round. It was Yasser Arafat. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. It looks like we are going to see Warwick for round two. but we hope to see you in just a few short moments for some final words.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, welcome back. Congratulations, Warwick. They are going to return to round 2. It was a perfect match, perfect fight. We say goodbye to Chambersburg. We hope you had as much fun as we did watching you play, but we are going to see you come back. Well, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for letting us in your home. It means more to us than you realize. And we'll see you next time with Southwestern and Cedar Crest. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, thanks a lot.